Hi, it's currently Monday, October 24th, so it's officially Halloween week. So I thought that I would read some spooky Halloweeny type books, and I don't have a set TBR. I just chosen which the first book will be, and that is The Zombies by Tracy Baptiste, and this is a middle grade book. It's supposed to be sort of a horror fantasy, whatever you want to call it, and basically there's a zombie living in the forest. I think there's supposed to be some kind of magic, and the main character has to use the ancient magic to be able to stop the Severin and to save her island where she lives. And there's also a forbidden forest with yellow shining eyes. Hi, loads. So yeah, it's a really short book, so hopefully I'll be able to get through this one quickly so I can move on to the next one. I do have some ideas about the books I want to read, but we'll see about that. So yeah, I'll get into this one first. Nice. Good. It is Thursday, it's November 3rd, and I didn't read much of anything yesterday. I read like, I think 6 pages or something like that, and that was from the manga, and there was literally like no text on like 3 of those pages. So I don't know what's happening, but well, I do know what's happening. I had my surgery yesterday and I was in a lot of pain and like filled up with morphine and shit, so I was very sleepy, but like I couldn't really fall asleep. So I was just freaking tired, so I basically just ended up watching like YouTube or like The Good Doctor on Netflix, so didn't really do much, like at all, because I was in freaking pain. But also like this surgery, like everything that could go wrong went wrong, so it was very stressful, even more so than usual, and yeah, I just prefer never to do that ever again in my life, but knowing me, I probably will have to. But yeah, so I don't really have much to update. I mean, I have a little buddy over here who was really mean yesterday, because after surgery my dad took her with him home so she could go out, you know, running, and she always has this GPS on her necklace when she goes out, so she has a tendency to stray weird places. So she was out for like 12 hours and she wouldn't come in, and they tried to get her in several times. She did not give a fuck, so in the end I had to take more morphine because I had to go hunt down the cat. So my dad come and pick us up, and I had to go hunt off the cat, and like I'm barely even mobile at this point because I had to like get help in and out of the couch, but I just could not let her stay there overnight because I'm a worrywart, and knew I wouldn't be able to sleep if I knew she was out. So, and I also knew she was mad at me for, you know, getting her into a cage and giving her away the moment I got home, and she noticed I was not feeling great because cats are very receptive, they know that. So I went over there, started like yelling her name. She answered right away, so I knew exactly where she was, which was where the GPS showed that she was, and she was meowing like a crazy person from there. But she did not want to go out because she was still mad at me. So we asked the neighbor if we were allowed to like go into his yard and go get the cat, which we were allowed to, and she just meowed at me, gave me the stink eye, and then she kept on running. Like, I had to follow her like almost all the way around the house in the backyard, and finally she stopped and I had to say I was sorry. And then I got some really nice snuggles and she would not let me go after that. But yeah, she was out for 12 hours and I'm running around on a morphine kick just to try to catch her because I was in fucking pain. But I think the morphine and the adrenaline rush made it so that I could actually move at somewhat of a normal speed. And yeah, huge amount of nausea too. But yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better now. I haven't taken any painkillers or anything today. I'm definitely feeling a little bit of pain, but it's manageable, so I don't really want to take the morphine unless I absolutely have to, so I'm not gonna. But yeah, I'm basically like half lying on my couch, which my fiance moved in that strange angle again so that I can watch TV without having to lie on my side, because I can't really do that, because that's when I get nauseous and in very much pain. So that's really nice. But that's basically a recapture of what happened yesterday and why I haven't read a lot. And yeah, and also why Missy over here is really sleepy, but at least I'm forgiven now. But yeah, right now I think I'm gonna try. I mean, I have to charge this camera because it's about to die, and I need to record my October book haul, so I'll do that. And in the meanwhile, I get to order some books because it's November, it's a new month, and I might order my mom's Christmas presents because I was planning to buy her 2 books, so I might do that in the same order. And yeah, then I think I'm gonna try to edit some videos and write some book reviews because as always, falling behind. And then yeah, hopefully I will be able to pick this one up. I mean, I have read the original version of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, but that was a few years ago. And I am liking what I see so far by Junji Ito. So yeah, I just want to continue on with this one. And this is, I should have finished this in like a day or 2 at most, but I've barely read anything because I'm on page like 48 or something. But yeah, so my goal for today is definitely to finish this one and then pick up something else to read. So I'm gonna try to order the books for my mom's birthday, and I don't know if I can get a hold of them, so we'll see how it goes. But my spontaneous thought is I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy, and also the latest Lars Kepler book, because I know she's read all of the other ones because I've given them to her. So yeah, I'm gonna try to find those. So I don't know if we can find them here. There it is. I think I'm just gonna check the like Swedish Amazon and figure out where it's the cheapest, but then I'll order these 3 books then, I guess. So that would be the very first like Christmas gifts, and I have no idea what to buy for anyone else, so you know, it's going well. So it's actually Friday now, November 4th, and I know I said I'd read a lot yesterday and edit and do like reviews and shit. I did not. I like edited this vlog up until this point, but nothing more than that. But I did end up reading a little bit, that's upside down, in Frankenstein by Junji Ito. I am a little bit more than halfway through. I definitely could have finished it, but I was busy being in pain and doing nothing. But yeah, I finished the Frankenstein story. I have read the original version as well, so I mean, this is a little bit wrapped up. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's very depictive pictures, illustrations are really pretty, but like morbid at the same time. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Might give it like 4 out of 5 stars. And then we had a short story called Next Spectre, and that was really weird. And I have like no more comments than that. It was so weird, and I was like, what? And it's also so short. It's like what, 40 pages or something like that, and there's not a lot of text. It's mostly just pictures. And yeah, it was really weird. But yeah, I have a couple of short stories left, so hopefully I will be able to finish this one. I don't really know, because I really want to read this book and then at least another book. But since I got home, I was for a few hours at work, to have sort of this meeting with my boss, you know, before she gave me my salary increase next year. So just, you know, talking about how I'm working and stuff. And then when I went to the doctor's office. It went well this time. And then when I came home, I've just been cleaning, which is not the easiest to do when you're in pain and you can't really bend and lift and stretch yourself very much. But yeah, I have a couple of friends coming over tomorrow, and I don't want it to look like a pigsty, which is what I feel like it looks right now. But yeah, it took me, when I clean them, so like it's supposed to look perfect. So I was stuck cleaning in the bathroom for a really long time, and I also have to bake some cookies, and I think I have all the ingredients I need, but we'll see. So I need to clean more, I need to bake cookies. I also at some point need to have dinner, but she's only 5:20, so I still have some time. But yeah, at least I've been good to film 2 videos, so I'm really proud about that. Hopefully I can do some editing and also get some reviews up, because I think my last review is going up today, so I have to schedule a couple of more. But yeah, definitely a very productive day. But yeah, I'll keep you updated.
If you need help.
I do not. However, should my problem become horticultural, I shall seek you out.
Well, you know where to find me. Should a plant go missing, I hope you enjoy your breakfast.
Hello. So this is how I read. 2 pillows and teddy bear, and you'll have the perfect height for reading. So I did just finish Frankenstein. That's upside down. Frankenstein by Junji Ito. And the Frankenstein takes up like the majority of this book, and that's really good, because I really enjoy Frankenstein, because I have read like the full novel as well a couple of years ago, and this one was very nice to see like the illustrated version and it. But after that, it comes to like the Ushigiri sort of short manga novels, sort of short mangas. They're like in between like 5 and 45 pages each, and they're so weird. But there's like alternate dimensions, and there's people going missing, people dying, and it's all sorts of weird. And then in there we have some very short ones, like 5 pages each, about a dog, which is Junji Ito's dog, I think. I don't really know what to think. I really enjoyed Frankenstein, but then I definitely felt like it went downwards, and I'm not that much for short stories when it's written text, and these are just pictures. I mean, there's not a lot of information to, you know, get out of these few pages. So I would have given Frankenstein like 4 stars, but considering all of these short stories in it, I think I'm gonna end up like on a 3.5 stars in total. So yeah, she's like 9:36 p.m. So I think I might read a short story or two from this one because they're like 5-10 pages each. So I'm gonna read a little bit from this one, and then after that I'm gonna start Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir because I really want to pick it up and I've been waiting to pick it up for so long. And yeah, I'm definitely not gonna finish it tonight since it's so much. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, let's get reading. Okay, so I just read the first short story in this, Dagon or something I think it's called, and it's like 5 pages long. And I don't know, I think I'm too tired to read classics right now because I have no idea what's going on. Basically, he feels like he's going insane and he sees a lot of sea creatures and shit, and basically says, I think I'm going mad, which is basically what I felt while reading this short story. So I think I'm just gonna put this aside for now and read like the rest some other time and start reading Gideon the Ninth because I feel like YA fantasy is more up my alley when I'm this tired. And she's only like a few minutes to 10. But that doesn't matter. It is the way it is. So, yeah, so weird shit. So I'm here to wrap up this reading vlog, and technically it's been like a week since I finished it or something like that. But anyways, I have like most of the books I read, which was admittedly not a lot. The first book I read was The Zombies by Tracy Baptiste, which is not here at the moment. So let's insert her picture. But this one is a middle grade. There's supposed to be some spooky sort of mystical creatures in the forest, and they're trying to take over the sort of small city that the main characters lived in. And there's some secrets being unveiled and stuff like that. For being such a short book, it was like 229 I think pages. It definitely took me a long time to read it because I read it for like a week, which is just ridiculous. I should have been able to finish it in like a day, 2 max, but I didn't because I didn't really feel like picking it up. So yeah, I ended up giving this like 3 stars. And then I picked up Frankenstein by Junji Ito. The first like half of the book, somewhere around there, we get to read Frankenstein by Mary Shelley and like Junji Ito's interpretation of it, and that was a really quick, interesting read, and I really enjoyed that part. I have read the original story a couple of years ago, so yeah, that was really fun, and I think like that one is like a 4 stars. And then after that we had a bunch of short stories, and they were sort of trying to show off different dimensions and like killers, and it was all a bunch of weird shit. And it was like a little bit hard to keep track of everything and everyone because it kept like jumping back and forth between different dimensions and stuff. But yeah, those I give like 3 stars, so in total I wrapped this up as a 3.5 maybe. And then I read the first short story in this one, which is Tales of Horror by H.P. Lovecraft. The first story was called Dagon and was like 5 pages long, basically about a guy. I think he's going mad because he sees sort of sea creatures everywhere. I don't know, I was really tired when I read that book and I don't have a deeper interpretation of anything, which is why I only ended up reading 1 short story in this book when I would have liked to read like a gazillion. So yeah. And then after that I figured, well, heck, I'm tired, I should read something a little bit easier, less focus needed. So I picked up Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir, which I've been wanting to read forever because I've had this one for years. I got to page 47. I mean, this was supposed to be about lesbian necromancers, which is why I've been so like inclined to pick it up. So I thought I would enjoy this one. But I mean, I'm only 47 pages in, but I'm just not hooked. Like the main character, Gideon, she tries to run away from this sort of place. I don't really know what to call it, a convent, a school, I don't know. But she tries to run away. She gets blocked from the Harrow something girl, and she gets dragged into this meeting, and they find out they have to send people over to the king to protect him. And someone is gonna get chosen to do that or something. And at this meeting there's a lot of necromancers, because there's a lot of dead people and like if you wear like bones strapped to your body, you can basically make them come alive and use them as weapons or whatever you want to. So I mean, that part was cool. I'm just not sure about the characters yet, but on the other hand, I've only read 47 pages, so who am I to judge? Maybe I really will enjoy it when I get into it. But yeah, definitely was not hooked from the start. But yeah, those were all of the books. Well, technically I only like finished 2 books, but I read a little bit from other books as well, so maybe not the like most successful reading vlog, since it was 2 weeks and I barely finished anything, but was a little bit slumpish at this point. But yeah, if you read any of the books I've talked about, please let me know down below what you thought about them. And yeah, I hope to see each other in the next one. Bye.